All right. So, just turning that off. So everyone's kitchen equipment, if you placed an order with me, it has been ordered. Your electric to go along with that has been ordered. So everyone will be set up between more than likely late Thursday and Friday with those items. So we have all of that taken care of, so you don't have to worry about any of that. Um, I know that a bunch of you are doing the buyers meetings, so I would love to know. I'm going to be emailing you guys a booth layout diagram that I need to send over to Freeman so that when they are putting all of your items in the booth, that they will know exactly where they're going to go. So this way you guys don't have to move anything around. So I will send this to everybody. If you could return this to me, I know it's a short turnaround, but by tomorrow, let's say 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, at least it will give me the opportunity to send that over to Freeman. They're asking for it. More than likely, they're going to ask for it for me for Thursday morning, which is what I have set up right now. So tables, chairs, equipment, anything along those lines that is being put into your booth. If you do not have anything being put into your booth, you don't really need to give me a booth layout, but it is always nice to have it just so I can see if we are just doing electric for you, where the electric will go. So that's very helpful as well. And then when I do that, I am going to also ask if you can let me know what day your buyer's meeting is taking place and if you will be setting up that same day. So if your buyer's meeting is on Friday, you're going to be going into your buyer's meetings and then coming and setting up your booth on Friday. That's great. If you're going to come in on Thursday, Bill and myself will be there Thursday morning. I believe our arrival is between 9 and 9:30 at this time. And we will be on site. We'll be coordinating with Freeman, Javits, and Lowe, making sure everything is all set and ready to go. If you have not sent me your logo or your company bio or any product shots or owner shots, if you would please do that at your earliest convenience. I believe everybody on this call, I do have everybody's right now. If I am missing somebody,
Just
I
a
will reach
question
out. Yeah,
on on the buyer meeting. So I know there's information on the location of the buyer meeting, but do you know, is it like it's in Javits, right? Is it
it
going to
is
be easy
in
to find
Javits. So,
or
oh yeah,
okay?
no, it's very easy to find. So when you come into Javits, you're going to go down the escalator. If you're bringing anything in, I highly suggest the elevator because the escalators are turned off. Just so you know, you will not be able to easily glide down the escalators. You have to thump down the stairs because they do turn them off for apparently safety reasons. So if you're carrying a large trunk of something that you're bringing in, elevator is your option. When you get off the elevator, you will also see that there are rooms in the back. So there's like a room for Freeman and Lowe and all of that. So all of our vendors are there. And then probably, I think it's 1 or 2 doors down will be where the buyers meetings take place. It's not far from where our pavilion is located. It's underneath the escalators. If you've ever been to Javits, it's underneath the escalators in the rooms in that back hallway. So it's fairly close by. Has everybody received their schedules for their buyers meetings? I see Elliot.
Yep.
Eli, you have not received yours yet? Okay. Eli, buyers. I will make sure that they send that over to you. Got it. Okay. What else did I need to say? Oh, okay. So the New Jersey Food Council, that will take place Monday night. You guys are able to put out all of your stuff for these buyers, retailers to taste and whatnot, specifically one-on-one with you guys. So if you have your product and you want to have it out, absolutely feel free to do so. We are in a room which will be downstairs in the rooms close to where the buyers meetings are taking place. The New Jersey Food Council has At this time, I've seen a lot of Wakefern representatives coming in. We have a Mission Foods that's coming in. That was the last one I looked at. There's a few other ones that I just don't remember off the top of my head, Wakefern just being as big as it is, reason why it kind of sticks out. But there are several retailers, buyers, brokers that are coming in. They are members of the New Jersey Food Council, so you guys will be meeting with them. So it is
Do
a
you have like a list somewhere, Mariel, or no?
I don't have that finalized yet. I am hoping I could have that for you guys by the start of the show, so that you guys can see that. And I'd have it on pretty much everyone's booths. I'll probably put it in everyone's booths, so you can
Marielle,
see exactly who it is. Mhm.
Marielle, excuse me. What time is this on Monday?
So it's right at the show end. So it's more than likely going to start closer to 5:30, but they put 5 o'clock on it, just because we're going to get people in from the Food Council to come in and they'll be all set up. You guys will be receiving the link so that you can register. So at least the Food Council can see who everything is. I have all of your company biographies over to the Food Council so that they have that, and they're creating a menu for all of their buyers to go through. The theme is diners, buyers, and suppliers. It's a take on the Guy
Got
Fieri's
that.
diners, drive-ins, and dives. One of my favorite shows. So that is what their theme is for this year. So there will be a menu of all that, all of those companies that you guys are part of the menu, which is a great idea. The Food Council, I'm going to tell you guys right now because you might need it at that point. Is the New Jersey Food Council is also hosting a bar in the New Jersey Food Council's networking event. So, yes, you guys
Good
can
to
sit
know.
back, relax,
Good.
enjoy, have a good time. The block party, if you've never been there, the block party that takes place right outside of Javits on Sunday as you leave is a big block party. So that is also for you guys to blow off some steam on Sunday after the long day of the show. Hopefully, we will not have another heat wave. From what I'm seeing, it's looking to cool down by Friday. Let's hope that stays because another heat wave 3 years in a row would just not be fun. Um, any questions? If you guys could just put your hands up and then I can call on you if you have any questions. John Olson.
Good afternoon. In uh, in the booth accessories email, you mentioned that we'd have like table and chairs and whatnot.
Mhm.
You know what size the table is? Because I have a
It's a 6 foot table.
great. Thank you very much.
You are quite welcome. So if you're looking to do a tablecloth that would be full size, you're looking at a 90 by 132. Glenn, he's actually raising his hand. That's so cute.
I had to get your attention. Yeah, I saw that there's a basic booth, and now I've done many shows there. There's a basic booth package offered by Friedman, which are two tables, correct? Two tables, two
It's
chairs
up
away.
up to 2 tables and 2 chairs. I believe we have 2 tables and 2 chairs for you,
Okay,
Glenn.
so yeah, so then when you're saying about giving you the floor plan in terms of how you want the booth layout, like somebody like me, since it's only a 10 by 10, it's pretty straightforward. I could do that myself. So you don't really need that, do you?
Freeman does not allow us to move the tables. I got in trouble my first year because I moved the tables from one place to another.
They will yell at you. God forbid you
Oh,
use
they will
God forbid you
absolutely
use
yell at us.
a vacuum cleaner. Um,
Yeah, it's
so
union workers, so we are not
so
allowed to touch anything.
what I was just going to say, so like everything else, they'll just put the stuff in your booth and then you kind of okay, very good.
Yep,
Okay,
yep, exactly.
terrific.
Um, let's start with Dixie.
Yes, hello.
Hello.
Question. Um, when can we send the buyers our retail deck?
You're going to be showing them your retail deck at the buyers meetings.
Oh, we can't send it to them before the buyers meeting. We can give
No,
it to them at the buyers meeting.
at the buyers meetings.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. Jesse?
Sorry. Can you go over I I don't know if I'm the only one, but just kind of everything that has been required on the dashboard because I found
Okay.
it a little hard to navigate. So I uploaded my COI and I filled out my sample form. And I
Gotcha.
know I need to put my badge names
Right.
on there, but is there anything else? I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything.
So everybody at this point should have their COI uploaded into their dashboard. You should have, if you are sampling, you should have your correct sampling form filled out. So whether it's food, alcohol, non-alcohol, all three of those sampling forms need to be uploaded or Google formed into the dashboard. Your badges, everybody gets 5. They're not allowing us to do it again this year. So everyone has to go into their dashboard and put the names of all of your staff members. If they're Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, doesn't matter what day they're coming in, the badge is good for the 3 days. So if you are having people flip in and out and it goes over 5, I would I would suggest you would have to remove one to get another one um, to join you on, whatever the day is. If anybody is inviting buyers, I'm not sure. I'm going to look into this, but I believe that the buyers do have specialized pricing to get into the show because they are buyers. So if you are inviting buyers and they're coming to your booth, obviously you can direct them to Rita Martin, who is, for the most part, our contact. If not, I believe it was Ann Norton, and they can answer questions regarding buyers that you've invited and getting them into the show. Anything else that you would need to have uploaded? I don't believe so. I
Yeah,
think those are.
Mariel,
Yeah.
I don't. So some of us have been getting communications from Rita, and I got like 0. So I have no idea where to upload anything in the dashboard. Can you
Okay,
point
so
us, or maybe we
Tatiana,
offline it?
yeah, Tatiana, I will grab you after the call and I'll
Okay.
walk you through it.
Okay. I'm sure it's something simple. Thank you.
All good, no worries. Tatiana, did you have another question? Or that was it?
I did. For
Okay.
Monday, there's also obviously there's a lot of events happening, but if we signed up for a different event, is there a possibility that we can still display our product with the buyers, or can we like delegate to one of the other representatives of the company?
Well, you can delegate to any of the New Jersey Business Action Center staff. We would
Oh,
be more than
amazing.
happy to jump in and assist where needed. So Tatiana, I know we discussed this before. You have another event
Yeah.
on Monday evening, so that's all that's all taken care of. So we will have somebody that will be able to kind of man your information at
That's amazing.
the
Thank you so
networking
much.
session. No, my
That's
pleasure.
great.
My pleasure.
Mariel,
Yeah.
are you going to be sending out a list of things that we are supposed to do or bring for the buyers meeting on Monday? In other words, is there any documentation?
I can actually put something together for you, just like a little checklist cheat sheet almost.
So I'm planning on going, but I don't really know what I should be bringing.
You got it. So first things first is if you have any sell sheets or literature that
Right.
you have with your product on it, if it has pricing on it, I highly suggest that you do not use it.
No, of course.
Okay.
But we're not bringing actual sample product there, are we?
If you are going to have sample product at your booth during the show itself, I would have something for them. You are guaranteed to meet with 10 buyers. So if you wanted to have maybe 10 samples just to give to the buyers, I would highly suggest that.
Okay.
If not, you can always schedule something where you can have it delivered to them and have it shipped out.
Well, we'll have product there. It just is, like I said, I wasn't quite clear on,
Sure.
this is actually, this is very good because I didn't even know about the buyers meeting on Monday. I mean, maybe it was in the schedule that you sent and
No, it's the Food Council networking session
the
on
Food
Monday.
Council, right.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
I'm glad we had this because I was unaware of it, but I just wanted to
Yep.
know kind of how I should prepare for that to go to.
Okay. I will absolutely send something out, a checklist for everybody, so everybody will
great.
get that.
Perfect.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. Dixie, do you still have a question?
My hand down. I'm sorry. That's what
No,
my
that's
bad.
okay.
My bad.
All right.
I'm sorry.
All good. Selma.
right here. Hey, Marielle.
Hi.
Elma had a question.
I just wanted to ask, I was in contact with William for most of the stuff that was.
Bill's on here.
Okay, so I just wanted to make sure in terms of the electricity and the appliances were all good.
All done.
Okay, beautiful.
Pleasure seeing the two of you again.
Oh,
Yes, it is good to see both of you. Elliot.
Yeah, I just wanted to confirm buyers making meetings are 20 minutes, right?
I believe they are in 20-minute increments, yes.
So just to the point before, I mean, I'm a business sales performance coach also. Just use the 20 minutes for getting your appointments and the things you need to get to, not thinking you're actually going to sell them your whole line. Just a little bit of tidbit there. In 20 minutes goes fast.
Yeah, it does. It does go really fast. We have seen some of the meetings go longer. They do have a little bit of a grace period in between the meetings.
Okay.
So you will have time to set up prior to your meeting starting, just so everybody knows. Javits opens its doors at 7 a.m. So if your first appointment is at 8 or 8:30 and you wanted to be in there early, you are more than welcome to do that. Bill and I will probably be there on a daily basis with the exception of Thursday between 7:30 and 8 o'clock in the morning. We are staying in the city, so we do have the availability to be there pretty early. I will be putting my cell phone number in an email, which it's in my signature anyway. But everybody will have my cell phone number. So if you have any questions, you can always reach me. You can text me. I do ask that if you are going to text me, please identify yourself in the text so I know who I'm talking to. That is my one request that I ask. Sierra, you have a question.
Hi, yes. I would like to know, so you're going to let us know, first of all, how to update on the SFA profile, the 5 individuals that we can bring the names, correct? And it's on our specific SFA profile.
It is on your dashboard. It is under the manager exhibits and it'll say lead generator badges. You just click there and then it just start adding people and it adds it, put their email address in, and then they get the confirmation. They'll get a QR code and a confirmation number so that when they do arrive, they can put that into the kiosk, which is upstairs as you arrive. If you've already registered, you can just go and grab your badge as soon as you get there. Badges are not available until Saturday. So if you are setting up Thursday or Friday, you do need to go to the Crystal Palace first.
What is the Crystal Palace?
So it's on so if you're coming in from 39th, so when you come into the main doors, to your left, there's going to be the big I Love New York sign, and then there's a bunch of stairs, and then there's another spot up the stairs. That's the Crystal Palace. You will find that they will have, usually Freeman will be there, and Freeman is the contractors and the guys who ship in the loading dock, that they would be there, and they give you a little sticker saying you're an exhibitor setup.
Can we just show our ID?
Nope, you just have to let them know who you are and what booth.
Okay, so we give them our name and we just say we're with the New Jersey Pavilion.
You would tell them New Age Drinks and your booth number, and that you're there to set up. Yep, because they have to know all of the stuff for giving you the setup as an exhibitor.
Got it. Wonderful. And then my final question is, how do we upload a press release and, maybe get in touch with the press?
So Sierra, I will do that with you offline. I'll walk you through that.
Okay, wonderful.
So there is a spot where everyone, if you would like to, you can put a press release up and it does go to the media through SFA. If you would like to do that, I highly suggest doing it. We did put our original press release up and we'll be putting probably just a little statement about who is joining us for the pavilion and little blurbs about who you guys are. We have that put together. So if anybody wants to really read about you guys, we'll have a little blurb about what it is that you guys do. And if you wanted to put a specific press release regarding the company, absolutely, please feel free to do so. If you go into the media center, you can see where that is on your dashboard.
Okay, and that's where we will upload the press release, the media center on the dashboard.
Correct.
Okay, and you're going to just offline maybe.
Yes.
Perfect. This has been
Okay.
fantastic. Thank you. So we'll be getting our booth layout to you by tomorrow at 3.
You'll have it by the end of today, if not sooner. It's a quick shot out. Tatiana, do you still have a question?
Yes.
Okay.
I have another.
Okay.
Question about the setup. So if my product's kind of finicky, it melts. So I'm trying to literally go to my co-man, pick it up and drop it off. If we're trying to do that on Friday, is there a process around like I don't remember what Javits is like. I've been there. But is there a process around like freight elevators or something? I guess we're on the first floor.
We are on the first floor because the escalators are turned off. If it's something heavy, I do suggest using the elevator. Unfortunately, it is one elevator. So it might take you some time to get downstairs. We have heard a few people stating it took them like a half an hour to get downstairs with some people because there would be like one company filling up the entire elevator, 3 times over, and then it took them a little while before they could get down. But yes, if you're driving into the city, you are able to park right in front of Javits, unload your car there, and then bring it in, put your stuff in there. Then they are going to make you move your car, just so you know.
Got it. That's perfect. And then if we are driving, because we're like Jesse and I are local, if we're driving into the city, is there any parking provided, or do we have to just fend for ourselves?
For the day of setup, I believe you can stay in the Javits parking lot. You just have to go to the other side of it, so you'd be facing 11th Avenue. But I don't think they allow you to stay there like too long. I think we had everybody that came in and set up. They just moved their cars to the other side of the lot and they were fine. It's a fairly large lot, but I do have parking lots. Parking garages that are close to Javits that I will be sending out to everybody with my phone number, like kind of final detail information. So if anybody is going in and you are going to be parking in a parking garage, trying to keep things close, I think it's a list of 6 or 7 different parking garages that everyone can utilize.
You can also go on. You can also get a Spot Hero. It's a good app. I use that.
Yeah.
And
Spot Hero is great.
You can just find it.
About Spot Hero.
Yeah, and you could book ahead of time, and it's a lot easier.
Yeah.
No, I'm just wondering if there's anything provided. Okay.
Yep.
That works.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, I see Mr. Bill has a question.
Hey, I was wondering if any time had been spent kind of giving the layout and the format of the foreign buyers meeting. It's a little bit of a different setup, a little bit different process.
I think I'm going to let you do that.
Okay. So for the foreign buyers meeting, Marielle's already indicated we have at least one big room or 2 big rooms back to back. And there's going to be tables. Every company will have a table. And so the buyers are going to move from company to company to company. So your day is going to be anchored to that table, and then the buyers are going to be coming to meet you. And it's a little bit fascinating. It's a bit like a very bizarre ballet almost. But it is designed to make the individual companies presenting their goods to give them as much comfort as humanly possible, and then bring the buyers to them. So, we've been talking about this mythical thing of the buyers meetings. Once you step into that room, you'll say, well, this really is not a remarkable thing. It is very, very easy to, in 30 seconds to a minute, to see what's going to happen and be wicked comfortable with regards to making the presentation. And I want to touch back onto, and Glenn, I apologize if you were not the one who said this. The moment does not allow for necessarily extended conversations. The moment is designed to basically hook folks and to give them a reason to come back to you after the fact. However that might play out, sending samples, hopefully negotiating something more, but use it as a marketing touch. And I don't think you'll be disappointed. In fact, I get to watch. There's like a lot of energy that's going to be in that room. It's going to crackle with energy, and I hope you find a way to enjoy it and have fun with it, because it for the Office of Export Promotion. I happen to manage the office, and Sophie, Jean, Marielle, and I all work together. This is one of the highlights for us, is to put foreign buyers in front of the New Jersey companies. So enjoy it as much as you can. And I would say too, at any point, if you need something in there, Marielle touched upon this for another conversation. If you need something in the context of those moments, whether it's Friday or Saturday, I implore you to find either Sophie, Marielle, or myself, gesture to us, and just, ask us to come over and join you in any way, shape, or form. And we will we are your staff. Everybody in the office knows that we're staff to Marielle. This is Marielle's gig. But when we're working with the individual companies, we are staff to the companies. And again, and Angela, I saw you on, if anybody is saying, well, he clearly hasn't had enough coffee yet, ask Angela about who staffed her booth last year while she stepped away for another meeting. And that would have been me. And I am the world's worst salesperson, but we are there to staff as you see fit. And staff can be,
You guys were always there.
oh,
I'm
you're
so
kind.
grateful for you. They're amazing. They're the best. They
Thank
are.
you. It's good to see you again.
Oh,
Glad you
I love
stopped by.
that. Hopefully you got to be a better salesperson this year.
I'm trying. I
I'm
got to
just
tell you,
kidding.
Marielle works me to death. I used to have long blonde hair, and now it's short and silver. Thank you,
I
Marielle.
believe it.
But the goal too is not just, or the offer is just not within the context of those foreign buyers meeting. When the show begins, if you have a chance to have a meeting and you find that meeting is, taking away from the booth, find one of us. And we will staff that booth for the duration of your meeting. Again, there's 4 of us. We also have some colleagues from the Business Action Center who are going to be with us at various times, various days. You have an extended staff. Don't be shy. And I'll just leave it there for now. I know I'll say it again when we're in the Javits Center a couple of times, but don't hesitate to tap into that. So thanks, Marielle.
That's really nice. I'm sure I'm speaking for everyone. We really appreciate it. And Marielle, you're amazing. You're like a star of the show. So thank you for all that you've done and are doing.
I think you're on mute, Marielle.
My headset decided to die on me for a second, so I had to reconnect it. Selma, question.
Hey, Marielle, just a question. When did they turn on the electricity for the freezers? And how early can be? And I forgot, do they also turn them off overnight?
So if you have a freezer that you're utilizing, it is on for 24 hours. Anybody with a refrigerator or freezer, they are on for 24 hours. So you guys aren't bringing product in and out. That's ridiculous.
Correct.
But if it's like an oven or cooktop or something like that,
Do
that
you
just
know
goes
when
off.
did they turn it on? When did they turn on the electricity?
They're probably going to turn off.
Turn it on. I mean.
On?
Yes,
oh, it's
when
probably on
turn
at
it
7 a.m. 7 a.m.
No. But which day? Like, because for example, I'm
Bill, Friday?
Friday they will turn it on?
I think they start laying down the electric Friday morning. If it's not Thursday, it's Friday morning. Because I know
we'll be putting out electricity ourselves. If you come on Thursday and you watch 2 crazy state officials crawling underneath booths, connecting to the walls, etc. Yeah, that's what Marielle and I are doing on Thursday. So
all right, I'll help out.
Yeah, please. I'll take any help we can get. Thank you so much.
Dress comfortable. Just remember.
You better watch that 220 power.
Wait, question connected to that, guys. Are they keeping it room temperature inside the facility like Thursday?
Believe it or not, no. So Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, just so everybody knows, there's no air conditioning.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Because the loading dock door is opened, they cannot turn on the air conditioning. So Thursday is going to be a little bit brutal. The buyer's meeting room, however, will have air conditioning because it is off the showroom floor. So you will have air conditioning in the buyer's meetings. Friday, from what I'm seeing right now, is going to be about 72. So let's hope we stay that way. so it should not be too horrible in the building. But just keep an eye on the weather, that as long as they have the loading dock door opened, they cannot turn on the air conditioning.
Got it. That's good to know. So that might change what I have to do for setup, because I need like
Okay.
solid room temp for chocolate not to melt.
Oh, this is true.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Dixie, do you still have a question?
Yes, I did. In
Yes,
regards
ma'am.
to circling back to press release stuff,
Yes.
do you have anything that you can share with us that we can send to our PR persons, from your side to include in our press release?
We only had the original press release go out. I mean, I can send you that. It did not list any of the companies, but that was our press release that went out. It was picked up by 3 or 4 different media outlets: New Jersey Biz, NJ Biz, New Jersey Business, and 2 other ones. A Patch somewhere picked it up, and something else picked it up. I just don't remember what that last one was.
Okay.
So if you have a press release that you want to post up on your dashboard, absolutely feel free to do so.
So if you, I don't know, you may have sent this already, but if you could send us your press release, and then
Sure.
we'll have our PR person pull out the best bits.
Sure.
And then I'm an ambassador for the National Peanut Board, and so I will send it over to them and ask them to send something out for us too.
Okay. Okay. That sounds great.
Yeah, as well as, other outlets and stuff like the Vegan Magazine and all that stuff. I'll make sure they send some stuff out. The little
Okay.
context we made on our side.
Yep.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh, my pleasure.
Hey, Marielle,
Yes.
staying on that point, we're pretty much all over LinkedIn right now, right?
We will be having posts start going up on LinkedIn on tomorrow.
Okay. So for everybody, I don't know what Marielle has or has not said. We are very fortunate to have some folks inside of the back, very, very heavy LinkedIn and social users. Do not hesitate to connect to us on those media, and we will turn around and like it, of course, but also share it back onto our network. So please feel free to use that as well.
Yeah, we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram and LinkedIn. I do believe we have an X account, but it's not being monitored very not real time. We will be posting during the show itself and during setup days real time. So make sure that we have your handles, which I believe everybody already gave us, with the award letter and the waiver. So you guys gave us all of those. So we will be able to tag you guys in anything that we do post. Selma, you had a question. Nope. All right. Jesse. Jesse.
Hey, sorry, it's trouble with
That's
mute.
okay.
Just following up on the press release conversation. Is this separate from the ones that you're allowed through SFA every year, or does this count towards that quota?
I didn't realize that there was a quota. We've put up several. We put up like 3 one year. We put up 3 different press releases. We didn't have a quota.
Oh, okay. Because I think like each member gets, I forget, like maybe like 1 a quarter. I'll have to look, but okay. And then the other thing is I thought we had mentioned there was like a media center where you can put a paper press release in.
Yes.
Is that still okay?
That is
So
there.
can you
So
point that out and
yep. So it is downstairs. It is in that same aisle of all where the vendors are. They have cubbies. So if you wanted to put something in there, you are more than welcome to do so. We've done it for a few years, and it's usually where the media goes to charge their phones, make their phone calls. Think of any questions, maybe start to write a little bit. That would be down there. When are you planning on coming?
I plan on setting up after my meetings on Saturday.
Okay. I would definitely make sure that you have your media kits in there Saturday morning when you arrive.
Okay. I have another question about the actual meetings. So I know 20 minutes goes fast. Like, should we be planning on like pouring our samples, giving out our samples? Like, does it typically get into things like pricing, or is it truly like a teaser conversation, and then will they share their contact information after so we can follow up?
You should have their business card when they sit down with you. They should give you something along those lines. Um,
Can I add something here?
I was
Mario?
gonna say, Bill, yeah, I think you
Yeah.
need to take over at that
And
point.
Jesse, brilliant point, absolutely brilliant point. And I will say, it is going to be as varied as the people with whom you sit down and talk with. There will be moments in which you will be talking and connect just spectacularly, and that might immediately lead into that. And there will be other moments in which it's going to be a little bit more of a formal back and forth, and that may ultimately lead to a follow-up. It really is incumbent upon kind of reading the room or reading the table and getting a sense from that. You are free to offer whatever you see fit, but there is no recipe, there's no marker for success either in the moment or beyond. It's no different than what you would meet on the showroom floor. So treat it like that. Really the only difference is, as opposed to the showroom floor, the folks that go by your booth, that's just randomly organic beyond, interest in food and or beverage. The folks that you're meeting with know a bit about you. They know a bit about your products. They know a bit about what you're trying to accomplish. So it's not going to be a cold meeting. It'll be a little bit more of a warm lead. And so I would say treat it like that, and take it from there, and then just base it upon whatever the other person expresses interest in. And you really can't fail. I give you my word, because everybody is going to be different.
Awesome. Now, I'm sorry, I have so many questions. I have one other
No,
question.
fire away. Go ahead.
Fire away.
Yeah, so in terms of like other buyers that are walking the floor, like let's say like a Wegmans buyer, or like I know you said Wakefern was coming to the networking night, which is awesome. But is there any kind of like way for you guys to help us kind of like flag down these buyers and like to locate them? I mean, I'm sure they're going to be in high demand. Like, what kind of successes have you seen in the past?
Erratic.
Oh, Bill.
Erratic. Yeah. I will tell you true from last year. I set a new world record in the 100-meter dash trying to catch up with a ShopRite buyer, only to have him brush me off as if I was absolutely the biggest nuisance on the planet. And yet there's other times when we said, hey, we've got 20 plus great New Jersey companies. Might I steer you down the aisle? And these folks come as if, I had offered them $20 or $50. So our own results have been erratic. But what I would say, and not just to you, Jesse, but to everybody, if you see somebody go by, particularly while they're still in the general area, find Marielle. I would kind of leave Marielle towards the bottom of this list because she is managing. Unless you say, Marielle, can you have, Bill or Sophie or one of the other back members find this person. But if you see somebody that's in proximity there, find us immediately, and we will bolt and go and track them down. But don't hesitate. You just don't hesitate.
If
We
you guys
are
want,
staff.
yeah. If you guys want to meet with somebody from Wegmans and we hear that, Wegmans is right in the next aisle over, no problem walking over and saying, hey, would you mind coming over here and talking to a few people?
Exactly.
I am going to ask of this, and I mean, I know I'm sure everybody knows this already, but I just need to state this, that if, Josh, sorry, I'm calling you out. If Hank Saw says, sorry, I had to do it. If Hank Saw says, hey, we're looking for Trader Joe's, and we grab Trader Joe's and they go over to Hank Sauce, please be respectful and wait for that meeting to complete
Yeah,
before
100%.
you try and hijack them.
Yeah.
Everybody is out here for the same thing. We're all on the same
For real.
team. I unfortunately saw it
That's
way too
funny.
many times.
That's funny.
So I just want to say, hey, let's all work together. And, Josh, if you see someone standing there and you know that they're looking for Trader Joe's, maybe you make the introduction to them after you're
Yeah.
done talking to them so that it is a smooth and seamless and we can keep them in the pavilion and moving throughout the pavilion. I mean, that would be great. I am just going to ask for everybody to respect everyone else and know that we are all in the same, in the same place. We're all in the same boat, on the same waters. We're all looking for the same things. So please just keep that in mind. If there is a buyer in the pavilion you are looking for, grab Bill, Sophie, myself, or any of the back
Yeah.
staff, and hey, would you mind having them come over here? Nope, not a problem. Come on over. We'll bring them over when we're done.
And
That's not a problem. But I just wanted to make sure that everybody was clear on that.
that was funny
Just
last year.
yeah,
It was like a rugby scrum on occasion. We don't make a moment time out.
yeah.
But
That
Jesse,
is
I'm
We
gonna
were
funny.
come back to
talking.
yeah,
Not
We-
so funny when it happens to you.
yeah, for real. It was
Yeah.
Right.
but Jesse, what I would say to you, if you catch me for a moment like that, be prepared to hand me a business card so I can make more than, oh, hey, can you come back here? I can actually present a card to that buyer and maybe they're on their way somewhere and maybe they circle back later, but at least they have something to remember you by so
Mhm.
that they can hopefully circle back. So I would encourage that as well. Give me enough so that I can be like the 30-second ambassador on behalf of the firm and track down this company and do everything I can to steer them to you. So I'll ask you of
So
that.
our whole staff will have the little company bios of everybody that have been sent to the Lieutenant Governor's office and to the New
Right.
Jersey Food Council. So at least we have something that we can utilize to move companies forward with conversations such and introductions such as these. Jesse, did we answer all your questions?
Yes, I am done. Thank you.
For now.
I just wanted to, Marielle, I just wanted to quickly add, I remember last year, and I know Bill was, being humorous. He is quite the salesman, but last year when we had one of the exhibitors only the booth was staffed by one person. Obviously, that's not ideal. When he stepped away, we were happy to take over and, promote his brand, but it's really ideal to have extra folks there so that you can, walk around, explore the show. But I wanted to also add, last year, we had the opportunity to be right by the water station, and it created some extra traffic, and got to meet and introduce around some buyers from Japan, Brazil, and it really was an organic situation. And those are the kinds of things that will happen at this show. You will meet with buyers that you had no idea you'd be able to meet with. So, just plan for the unexpected.
Yeah, that's a
we were
really good point.
we were
I'm
by the
sorry.
cleaning station, not
Yeah.
the water station. We were
Well,
by the
actually, there was
kitchen.
there was the water jug at the end of the
Right at
row
the end of
by
the
our
aisle,
Yeah.
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
and the cleaning station. That's a good point.
But Sophie raises a really, really good point, and it's something that Sophie, Marielle, and Jean and I, when we've been talking with our colleagues, that we're trying to make the point. Yeah, I get it. We're going to be there for almost a week conducting business, and the focus is right on the pavilion and that company as well. But I would say too, if you've not been to the fancy food show in the past, find a way. Ask somebody to man the booth, staff the booth, so that you can wander through the rest of this stuff. It really is, for those folks who haven't gone to this thing before, it is like the World Cup. It's like the Academies. It's like the Tonys, the Emmys, the World Series, the Super Bowl, all rolled in, all wrapped around food and beverage. It really, and then you've got, Marielle or Sophie, how many different countries were represented by official delegations? 25, 28, 30?
20,
I
I
mean,
think it was, wait, last year?
yeah.
30.
So you've got different cultures, different
Mhm.
cuisines, different languages, different smells, different voices, sometimes different music. It really is amazing. So find a way to step away to take that in as part of the experience and Again, you want me to staff a booth? I'll staff a booth for 5 hours. I really don't care, as long as you're going to go see the rest of the show. So I do offer that. So thanks.
Oh, wow. Okay, Sierra, you have another question.
In your, first of all, is there ice provided or should we bring our own?
Bring your own.
Bring our own. And then there will be a freezer. You said that's going to be running for 24 hours. We can store it.
If you ordered a freezer, then you would have a freezer in your booth. If you
How
didn't
can I
order a
check to
freezer, you'll
Oh,
just
okay.
I can look right now. I don't think we ordered you a freezer. I think we ordered you a fridge.
Yeah, I didn't think of that.
Whoops. Wrong one. Give me 1 second. Let me just take a look and see what I have for you. I have a refrigerator for you. We have a small fridge for you.
And that will run continuously.
It's a 24-hour fridge.
Okay. Would you mind in your email following up about the parking instructions, also just specifying where that Crystal Palace is? Because my dad and my father is going to be dropping off the beverages, and I just want to let him know where to bring them to.
Oh yeah, he's just going to go right into the main driveway of Javits.
But the Crystal Palace is accessible, and it's the upstairs area, right?
So depending on when he's dropping things off,
it'll be Thursday.
Oh, okay. So then, yeah, he would have to go to the Crystal, or if you go up there and you grab it, just say you need 2 or 3, and then just bring them down for him.
How do we know how much product to bring for the 3 days plus the buyer meetings?
So I'm going to have one of our frequent flyers, shall we say, Josh. I'm picking on you today.
Oh,
I'm
no,
sorry.
no. You know what? The first year we did the fancy food show, we brought so much product. It was crazy. What ended up happening is a lot of the buyers are flying in and it's usually better to just follow up and send them a box of your product wherever they go back to. Yeah, I think we're doing hot sauce. So I think we bring like 24 to 36 bottles of each SKU. Maybe go heavier on we have 4 of those SKUs in national distribution. The rest of them are like smaller mom and pop style SKUs, different stores outside of like the KeHE UNFIs of the world. But I'll just say, like, for hot sauce, we went crazy our first year and ended up having to lug out so much product from it.
Or give it away.
Yeah. I mean,
it's the Tuesday giveaway.
We were like Johnny Appleseed, and not only that, we were going over to other vendors and just doing trades. So
right, that's what Tuesdays are for.
Yeah,
that is what Tuesday is all about.
You get a big specialty stuff, but it's definitely not like selling at a farmer's market or anything crazy like that. I mean, the sell sheet and maybe a bottle or two, and for us, they can't check bottles of hot sauce, so that makes it easier for us as well. But if someone has like, you know, like the chocolates or whatever like that, you might go through more samples of it. But you know, that's kind of my 2 cents on how much sampling.
That makes sense, but it's probably mostly like tasting samples, not like product and ready to sell packaging, right?
Yeah, exactly. And it's better, you know, we have the scan app, you know, just it's better to follow up with them and then send them a box, so it just continues that string of conversation, in my opinion. But I'll just say, like, I wouldn't go too crazy with it unless you're like, but it's also from the hot sauce point of view.
Sierra, Sierra, you're garbled.
Sorry.
Oh, all right.
It's
Sierra, do
I
you
agree
have
with
another
John.
question?
No,
I'll
I'm
just say-
good. That was
That's
fantastic.
helpful,
This has
guys.
been helpful. Thank you.
I'll just back up what Josh said, because my first year, every year that I've gone to the show, I brought way too much the first year. And then every subsequent year, I bring less and less and less. So you don't need to bring all that much. You always think you need more, but you know, It depends on really, again, what you're sampling.
Silly question. If you guys fall short, just because it's connected to this, if we fall short, if we go the opposite way and we're more conservative on the samples, can we still bring them in like the days after the show has started?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah.
You can
Oh,
bring
cool. Okay.
anything in the days of the show. So if you guys are like going home and coming back the next day, just know Sunday and Monday. Monday is going to be your busiest day. Sunday is busy. It's steady because it's a Sunday. It's a little bit different than Monday, where it's like, it's the first day of the week. A lot of the media is there, and sometimes what was it, Good Morning America, the Today Show was broadcasting from the front of Javits one year. So if you guys want to do that, just so you know, anybody coming in, anything on wheels cannot get to the showroom floor past 9 a.m. on any of the show days. So if you are bringing anything in and it is on wheels, you need to be in the building prior to 9 a.m.
That's helpful. That's really good to know. Thank you, Mario.
Absolutely. Absolutely. John.
What color will the retailers' badges be, and what color would distributor badges be?
Very good question. I do have that. I don't have it in front of me, but I will get that. I know it's green, yellow, red, and black are the colors. I will just find out who is who.
Thank you. I think green normally is retailers, if I'm not mistaken.
I think it's the retailers. Exhibitors usually don't have a color. They're just plain.
Yeah, that'd be good for us to know. This way, as we're setting our table, we can kind of
Yeah.
scan the aisle.
Yes. I will get those colors for you.
Great. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Wow. Did I actually get through everyone's questions?
Hey, Marielle.
Yes.
Is it too late for me to put in a request for a small refrigerator?
Let me double check.
Okay.
I'm not going to make any promises,
Okay.
but I will
It's not a
see.
problem.
I will see what I can do.
I've been bringing in coolers in the past, but it
Okay.
would make life infinitely easier. But if you can't, you can't.
I will reach out to Lo today and see if I can add that.
Okay. Perfect.
And I will let you know.
Thank you.
Absolutely. All right. Just so everybody also knows, every year we've done a theme. This year, we're having a neighborhood block party. Everybody will have, believe it or not, a mailbox in front of your booth. It will have your logo, which is one of the reasons why I asked for your logos. But there will be a box. So if you wanted to put any information inside of it for people to grab on their way, you are more than welcome to do that. It will fit an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. And these will be set up throughout Friday and Saturday for you. So just so you guys know, if you wanted to have anything in there, business cards, anything you want to put in there, please feel free to do so. Any other questions? Wow, I got through everything? Amazing. So guys, if you need anything, you know how to find me. Tatiana, I will get with you afterwards for